Well. Here we are live. I'm just gonna do the intro now. Just get it over with.
Yeah, Paige isn't going to do it because he
Hmm.
can't read a clock or a calendar. So
What is up, everyone? Welcome to Jammers in the Rough. Your hosts tonight are way better than Paige. You got Cody, the absolute worst.
oh
You
crap.
have myself, Josh, Jammers IT, horrible person. And if you haven't noticed, there's no Paige's loud ass voice because he's
Mm,
running late. But the show must go on. So, Paige, I wish you were here, but you're not, and I'm kind of happy about it. I'm kind of
mm.
sad about it. It goes both ways. But
Yeah.
we wanted to have a show where we kind of got caught back up. We were off for several weeks, so we took a little bit of break. So we started this new season 4. Um, we had Alicia on last week, and we thought we would do one with just the three of us, but Paige is running late. Should be here soon. Kind of
Just the
catch up.
two of us. We can
So
make it if we try. Just the two of us.
you got a really good
You
voice.
and I tell the kids at school all the time I was going to be the music teacher, but
Why
well,
were you not?
because I can throw things at kids when I teach PE. So
What is
I
a
think this
what's what's a normal day for you at school?
7 to 2 is when I have students. Well, 7:30 is my first class. Usually that's my fifth grade. I go fifth, fourth, first, second, lunch, pre-K, K1, or no, pre-K, K3, and I'm done. 50
So you got
minutes at
like
a time. Oh yeah,
you
I
just
got
got
every
little
grade.
ones.
I got every
Yeah.
grade, dude. I got 4-year-olds to 11-year-olds. It's wild.
What's your
And I'm
favorite?
and I'm like I'll be
They're
honest.
listening. They're at
I'll
home
be
listening
honest.
right now.
I love pre-K. And here's
Pre-K.
why. It's herding cats. It's herding cats for 50 minutes. I understand. I know what it is when I go into it. I'm going to have kids that don't know their names. I'm going to have kids that probably pee their pants, and they're just awesome. They all of them are all like, "Mr. Waldron, we love you." You can't have a bad day when you just have like 44-year-olds just like they just think you're the best thing. And I have 4-year-olds, like I'm 6'5". I'm a pretty big human, and I have kids that can like they just walk and they go right between my legs, like underneath. Like I won't even notice them. Like, what the heck is going on?
Do you do
And
disc golf with all of them, or is it just certain grades?
usually, I started out with stations. So like I have a full size gym, and what I'll do is I'll have like for 50 minutes, I break it up into little chunks of things, but for like a big block of that time, I'll do like stations. And so like some of them will be like I'll have 9 different stations. So you have like 4 or 5 kids at each station, depending on how big the class is at the time. And one of the stations I will make disc golf for the younger kids. I put up like little dots. I put like one disc at each dot. Like, all right, look, we're just gonna see if we can make it go in the basket. I teach them like the disc goes into the basket. You want it to sit there, make a big production of it. Kids love it. The older kids, the older they get, the farther I move it away, and I'll make challenges. And the older kids love the challenges. Like I'll be like, hey, if I got one kid that can make a disc golf shot, and I'll give like 10 kids a disc. Like, hey, if 1 out of 10 of you make it, we will skip our running for the day and we will do an extra 10 minutes of whatever sport you want to do. And the kids get really into it. So that's how I introduce it, just like in small segments. And then I do with the older kids, like 3, 4, and 5, grades 3, 4, and 5, I'll do a disc golf unit where I teach them how to keep track of score. We talk about, the difference between, and I just keep it simple, like putter, mid, driver. Most of
Hmm.
the time, um, we just talk about like what would you use in this situation. And I went and bought some MVP black hole disc catchers. So I keep them out. I use them on field day. I use them in the gym. So I have a lot of kids that once we start doing it are like, "Hey, can we get the disc golf stuff out today?" I'm like, "Sure." I have a whole shelf at my school of discs that people have donated, some from the lounge and stuff, where I bring them in and let kids use them.
Heck yeah. Do you have any kids that like as you're teaching them they've excelled like really fast?
Yes. So I had one kid last year who went out and bought like a little like one of those little like shoestring bags in the back, and
Hmm.
his like parents bought him 3 discs. So when he graduated 5th grade last year, I gave him a little MVP or no, and a West Side sling bag. I put a Ledgestone bottle in it and 8 brand new disc, and that was my graduation gift to him because he was every day he was like, "Hey, Mr. Waldron, look at this disc I got." It would be like a DX AVR he got at Dick's, but he just thought it was the coolest thing in the world. And I was like, dude, and he like would come in every day with his bag and be like, "Can we play today?" And he would try and sit there and putt. So I was like, dude, here you go.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So
Is
that's
that
just yeah, that's the stuff that keeps you like going back where it's like, yeah, it can be frustrating to teach, but at the same time, like when you actually see a kid who enjoys it that much, like want to do it, that's when it's like cool. Like, and then
yeah.
kids get so stoked if someone like makes a putt from 15 feet, they go berserk.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's cool. I remember like in the middle of COVID when we were like every kid still wearing a mask and we were all like 20 feet away. Um, the last day of school, this girl brought in her Dick's starter set and she was like, "Hey, I just wanted to show you. I was so excited and I loved disc golf so much that everyone in my family went and got a starter set and we've been playing on the weekends at some local course." So I tried not to like cry in the middle of all these kids, but I mean that was just it was cool. It was cool.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Like
Yeah,
that's
baby.
that's that's one super cool thing about being a PE teacher. Like the only cool thing. But um, other than that one kid, is there anybody? Because I guess third grade is that as high as you go?
Fifth. I
Fifth?
have pre-K. Pre-K is 4 year old. So like I'm talking like I have kids this year that have never been out of their home, especially with like COVID the last couple of years. That
Yeah,
this is the first public place they've been other than like in a store with mom or dad. So
that's
I'm talking like
intense.
kids crying, like, "Oh my gosh, where's my mom?" I'm like, "It's cool." Like I'll have to like carry them in and stuff. And then 5th grade is like 11, 10, 11 year old. So
Heck yeah. Well, you're a good guy, Cody. This person right
sometimes
here,
I'm the worst.
Facebook
Sometimes I'm
user,
the worst.
likes you. You're a good
Who
dude,
is it?
Cody.
Is it Jerry Ann? No,
It's
because Jerry Ann
Facebook
normally
user.
writes Jerry Ann. She talks in third, like it's Jerry Ann.
Yeah, no, that's Facebook user. They're the nicest and the meanest
Mm.
sometimes. It depends. But we never got a chance to kind of wrap up the end of the season after we took a little bit of break. While I think right for MVP Open is when we took a break, and then we let the season play out, and then
Yes.
came back right after. We didn't really have a recap because I really want to. Oh, it's Alex Stone.
Oh, TSA Captain Extraordinaire, Alex
Man,
Stone,
let's find out. I
that
think
guy,
so. It could be. You never know anymore.
or
Facebook
maybe that's just
user
some
is
guy's nickname. It's me,
it's
Stone.
still.
It's me, Rock. Dwayne the
uh,
Rock Johnson? No. Okay. Eh.
but we never got a chance to kind of recap, and so I want to talk about the MVP Open that happened this year. And out of all the tournaments I've watched, and I'm sure there's uh sorry,
Yeah.
chats, you're so funny.
Chat.
Um, out of all the tournaments, and I'm sure many people would express the same thing, is that to see Matty O take
Mm.
down a motherfucking win, finally. Like I've rooted for this guy, his style, his demeanor. Like he's in my like fantasy card. If I could play with people, like just see him take down a W after so many times and so many years of just crushing it, but never being able to close. It was a big moment in our like disc golf history to see that guy win.
I mean,
And
think about how long like he I feel like he is one of the not the OOG like Ken Climo, but he has been around this scene for how many years?
you mean champ?
Yeah. Hey, okay. All right. Let's not get all up in it. But I mean, Matty O has been playing on the disc golf tour for how many years you think, Josh? Anyone know?
Uh, 20, a long time.
Yeah, I feel like he's always been the bridesmaid, never the bride. And
Let's see.
this year, that man did it.
I can even like look it up real fast because I have him up already. So, member since 2001.
23 years.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure 2001 is when he started doing pro. Pretty sure. Um, that's a long time. I mean,
Hmm.
he's got a lot of wins, like 83 wins, but this is his first pro tour event, like elite
I was
win.
gonna say this is the first pro tour event. Like he's probably won some like C tiers, B tiers, like local stuff, but to win, you know, uh what was it, MVP? I mean,
Yeah,
MVP Open's a big one. So
and
that's
it's
impressive.
yeah, it was one of those tournaments that it was just dude, it was also nerve wracking going in that last hole because like he had a lead, but a lot could go wrong on that hole because hole 18 there's just a lot that can happen. And when he did that upshot onto the green, like just went for it, I just held my breath that whole flight of like, don't go out
Is
of bounds, don't go out of bounds.
is hole 18 the one with the iconic like stone wall?
Yeah, like it kind of like
Yeah,
funnels
and there's
in.
all the
Yep.
crowds around it. And I mean,
Yeah.
how many times has that hole defeated like potential champs? I feel like that
Oh,
hole
so
has
many.
been the thorn in many a pro's side. I think Corey Ellis got hit with it last year, right? Was he last year or 2 years ago?
I think it might have been 2 years ago when he got hit with it.
I just remember
I don't
seeing
remember it
him
last
like in
year.
the like locker room, like hands between his or head between his hands,
Oh
just like
no, maybe that was last year. Maybe that was last year.
yeah. I think it was just like, dude, he got so that's pretty cool. Matteo, he persevered.
He did. And let's see who was FPL on that one.
Was that Haley
Uh,
King?
I think it was yeah, it was Haley King. Yeah,
Was that
she's
when
one
she
of
had her Napoleon Dynamite hairstyle or no?
I think so. I don't know.
I mean, that was a. I just remember seeing like she shared like like YouTube video or Facebook video in her hair. I was just like, I think Napoleon Dynamite's playing disc golf and he's throwing pretty well. But no, it was Haley King.
And she only won by one stroke
Whew.
because Kristen and Owen both got 6 down and she was 7 down.
Well, you know, Tatar is just waiting for it. And Own, I feel like is a consistent top three finisher every time. It's always like you're gonna see like Missy Gannon, you're gonna see Haley King, you're gonna see Tatar, and then Owen's always there. Owen's always in the top three.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's when she's on though, like for her putting, she just
That's
puts on a putting demonstration on how to do it correctly. That is just how she wins. Like in her throws, I love her throws. Like just like that
just
overstable, just yeah.
yeah. She isn't she like known for being the best C1 putt. Like I'm talking, I'm pretty sure her stats are up there with like even MPO, or at least was it last year she was?
Yeah, I mean it wouldn't surprise me if she was
I
because
don't even know how to look that up.
her putting
Mm,
skills are on another level. But I mean, like anyone, like Kristen can get there, Missy Gannon can get there, where they're just like on fire the whole entire time, and it's depressing to watch sometimes.
and
One
Paige
thing that
Pierce still injured.
um I don't know what's going on with Paige Pierce right now,
I think
honestly.
she's still injured. I feel like
Hopefully she comes back next year and like gets that groove back. She's been missing it for a bit. She gets wins, but I want her to be dominant again. I want her and like a a handful of FPOs to just get some competition and not have these um, Tatar blowouts happen anymore. I want it to be a fight every time. It's happening
Tatar
though.
Tatar didn't finish the season as strong as she started, though. Not saying she couldn't beat me handedly every time, but she did kind of fade a little bit. And I don't know if any of that had to do with like, didn't isn't she getting engaged and has a daughter? So I don't know if any of the personal stuff was weighing on her, just fatigue of a long season. I don't think people realize how much of a grind it is if people like pros probably play what 6 times a week, if not more.
Probably.
Yeah, so that can take its toll on you, and I think it's just a long season. So Hmm.
What's sad to see though is how close James Proctor got over and over again, and not be able to close it out.
The
I mean,
proctologist.
I mean, I think he's gonna get it next year. But I mean, we also said that for like Matty O on how many times, and look how long it took him. But I do think that the consistency that Proctor has is pretty good. Um, Hopefully next season he comes back and fixes those mistakes he was having, and
was
is
this
able
his
to close out.
was this his first season? Was it open bag he's kind of doing?
Well, it's also well,
He's TSA, isn't he? But he because he has TSA, but I feel like he also like he throws a Halo destroyer. So I'm pretty. Is it infinite or is it just TSA?
I think he's on. I think he's infinite. Yeah, he's infinite as well. But he's also like even with like TSA, even, I believe even with the pros, they're not requiring you to throw everything TSA. Um, you know, that's one cool thing that DOSpace does for the people that throw for them is allows them to still have those staples that they have, and then integrate the ones that they know will work for them with the TSA plastic. I mean, I think it's a beautiful way of going about it, because growing up and practicing, going to tournaments, you kind of fall in love with certain discs regardless of what manufacturer they're from. And when you get sponsored with a company who already has awesome plastic, you find the ones that work best for you. But if you still have the opportunity to throw those staples that you grew up with and learning with and falling in love with, I mean, all you're doing is investing in that player. And it's a smart move on the companies that do it, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree. Because I mean, think about all the pros. Like I was even talking to like our local Innova pro, the like he runs our leagues and stuff, and he said even though he's been throwing Innova for like 10 plus years, he's like, I'll never forget how that buzz felt in my hand. I was like, oh,
yeah.
I was like, all
For,
right, maybe I need to pick up a buzz or something.
for a lot of people like that. Buzz is one of those classic ones that a lot of newer players too. They like because their friends like, oh, just grab a Buzz, just grab a Buzz.
Do you
I tell
throw
everyone,
one? I don't.
no. I mean, I have though. There was a section of time where I threw a Buzz for a bit, um, and then there's just so much more plastic has come out since then, and I have a hard time thinking of throwing any disc other than the Pathfinder in that slot because I'm so used to it now. Um,
Because it's just a straight mid. Is that? I mean, that's
yeah,
it's the prototypical straight mid. But they're like 5.4 -1 or something. But I know there's so many different plastics
yeah.
that are going to be either more stability, less stability.
Hmm.
And I feel like I was in the same. But I threw a buzz at one point, but like I don't think it was anything remarkable.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like it's a good disc. It also like it's one of those discs similar to the Hex, similar to the Pathfinder, where it has great glide, but it also teaches you how to play disc golf. If you give someone a neutral-ish mid, like a Buzz, like a Pathfinder, like the Hex, um, MD1 from Discmania, and say, let's play with this, you're doing so many favors to your buddy who's starting out because it shows you your errors so easily. When you throw a disc, you can tell if oh, I'm releasing on Anheuser, oh, I'm releasing it on Heiser. Um, and it's just it's beautiful how much that one tool can do for your game very quickly. But it's really hard to keep somebody from like, oh, you know what, I want to throw a destroyer, I want to throw a destroyer, and it's
Oh
like,
my
yeah, yeah, yeah.
gosh. There's an older gentleman that plays with us who just started. And I remember when he first like brought his bag out, it was like a destroyer, wraith, I want to say like a zone, something else. And I remember one day after playing probably for a month together, I was like, dude, just show me your bag. And we went through his bag and we were like, you should throw an underworld. You should throw this. You should throw. And I was like, why don't you take these out of your bag until we get to the point where you can flip over that understable driver? Because like all he would do is he would throw a destroyer and instantly it was just like it threw like a tilt for him. He's like 60 some years old. He's come a long way, but dude, I don't throw a destroyer. I'm 6'5". I can throw like 400 feet on a good day, and I don't have any use for destroyer.
Yeah.
So it was just
But
like But yeah, every new player is like, yeah, I got a destroyer. Like, no, you shouldn't.
Yeah, especially when you can like, because yeah, say you can throw 400 feet, you can make a fairway go 400 feet, and you can control it better. It's,
Hmm.
I mean, it's that we've ranted on this so many times because it's just seeing it so much. It happens so often. But yeah, like I'm a big fan of keeping it like 10 and under, um, and then just having a 10 speed that has a shit ton of glide for those
What do you throw in
open
that slot?
holes.
10
Um, well,
speed.
cur- well, even the 10, I'm only doing a 9. I lied. I'm at a 9 for my big glide. I just throw
What's that?
the Sphinx. Is what I
You
throw.
still rocking a Sphinx?
Oh yeah,
You've been bagging a Sphinx for a
yeah.
long time.
When I first like I was interviewing with Alex to go on to join up with TSA, and one of the questions I had for him, like, yeah, dude, I already throw TSA. I have a lot of their discs, but there's a couple discs that like are staples for me, and one of them was the Sphinx. And that's when he like let me know a lot about TSA and how they want you to succeed. So of course they want you to keep those staples in your bag. So yeah, so out of all of my discs, I carry now I found TSA discs that kind of fit all the molds I'm looking for, except for us like 1, 2, 3 discs, and the
Is it
Sphinx is one
a
of them.
Zoe Sphinx?
Yeah, the Zoe
Man,
Sphinx are they're my little go tos, man. I love them, especially for uphill. Uphill, you can get some distance with the Zoe Sphinx. Um, but with that said, like TSA, they have the like the mantra, and like that's a great disc. It's just I feel with how I throw that shot, I throw too hard every time, and I end up utilizing the mantra only for like those long turnover shots where it's gonna flip up and turn and not come back. I cannot get a mantra to go straight for the life of me. I just always roll them over. But then there's like my brother who I go play with a lot, and that is his go-to a mantra. Like like his form and his makes those things well. I mean, it's just different styles, different discs work for him.
well, I think that's everyone.
Let's
See,
see.
now you got me
Yeah.
rethinking Zoe because I have like 8 of them, and that. So funny enough, the first disc I ever took a video of me throwing was me comparing a Zoe Sphinx and a Metal Flake Glow Sphinx, and that's the first one I've ever had. And I just remember that used to be my longest distance driver.
All right, let's
Oh,
get the podcast going,
oh
guys. What
gosh.
is up, everyone?
We've
12
already
speeder.
done this.
Here
We've already done the
live
no,
with
no.
Jefferson the Rough. We here. All
All
right,
right.
No,
guys.
me and Josh have been here. Josh and I have
Yeah.
been podcasting for half an hour. So you
What?
are here, but we
I don't
have
know what
been
you're
here.
talking about. This
Do you
is
hear
So
his mic? It sounds terrible.
it
Josh
does.
just sent me this message with the chat. He was trying to keep me out of this, guys. I apologize,
Oh,
but
shut the fuck up.
we're here.
But I'm hold on, just hush for a second.
We're
I have a
talking.
question for you,
Shut it.
Brandon. When you say 12 speed or higher, are you saying like that's all that like you love to throw just 12 speeds or higher?
His
Because I
putter
know
is a
you got,
12 speed.
but also I've seen Brandon throw, and like the amount of power that he can put into his throws, I can see why 12 speeds are important for him. I'm really curious that's what if he's asking what 12 speeds we throw, or is he saying 12 speeds?
I'm curious if Brandon, like, if
Nope,
he's still
nope.
sponsored
No,
by.
he's saying he's saying
He
that he
just said
throws 12 speeds or
he just
higher.
said yup, up.
Yeah,
Just yep.
yeah.
12
But I
speed
believe it was
mid. Yep, I throw it.
it's just 12 speeds. He has so much torque. It is crazy to watch. It
He's
is
like
crazy to watch him throw.
550 just casually. Just
Yeah, and
boom,
it just
boom. I'm just working on keeping my upper body. Bam, 550.
yeah, and it doesn't even look like he's doing it either when he throws it.
Dude,
It
look
is
at his
amazing to
YouTube
watch.
vid, like his YouTube vid. It's just like him like flexing, like.
But the real question is, does Brandon still play disc golf? That's the real question. I mean, I haven't seen him for a year. I missed the guy.
He was
I've
here
seen
on
him.
time. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
What are
He
you
was
talking
here
about?
on
We just
time.
got started, guys. We're just getting into the rhythm.
All right. Here we go.
Oh, Jerry Ann, drop it on us, girl. She got a question for the people.
Also, Brandon said I haven't played in a while,
Yeah,
Brandon,
see?
what's up, dude?
but he showed up on time, so F you, Paige.
That's true. Brandon,
Let's see.
you get points for that one.
We're bringing
if
up old
you were-
shit, guys. We're trying to move forward.
If you were
I
to
think-
play a 1-disc round, no matter the course, what's your 1-disc? This is the one and only Jerry Ann.
Brandon's throwing nothing but a destroyer.
Yeah.
Glow Praxis.
Glow Praxis. That's a solid one. I would have to say it's going to be my Pathfinder, hands down. I could putt with it. I could throw with it.
Do we got like
I've been-
500-foot holes or what? Because like most of the places around me are like there's one hole that's like 400 feet. The rest of them are not.
I don't
That's
think she
gonna-
said what you're going to get your best score with. It's like, what would you choose?
Oh,
I would choose it.
I
would
think I'm
choose
my
this
best score with
because-
the Praxis because I can putt with it, I can throw with it, and we can drive. If you have holes over 400 feet, then those are pars, and those are the ones you're birdieing.
Crap.
Like you
I
go
don't
to
know.
mile with the Praxis, and I'm probably gonna have a bad time, but I'm hitting putt, so it's kind of that trade off.
But have you tried putting with the Pathfinder?
No,
It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
See, I
says
might have to go.
says like the worst putter I know.
Okay, first of all,
I
alright,
might have
you
to
know,
go Berg,
Nope, I'm out.
or I mean,
I
what just happened?
insulted
He
Josh.
pissed me off.
Ah,
I called him the worst putter I know.
It's true though.
He might
It's
be
true.
battling with Brandon Banks, but I haven't seen Brandon for a while, and I expect his putting to get better.
Berg,
No.
Berg, maybe Compass. But I mean, I can get my Berg pretty far out there,
Yeah.
and I can putt with it. Sometimes I putt with my Berg. It's just, I love this thing so much.
Dude, I just ordered a new Berg off of rareairdisc.com.
What'd you get? Ooh, do you got a rare stamp on it?
No, I got the Heisenberg Glow.
Ooh, the
Mm,
glows
yeah.
are stable though.
Yeah, but like for the shot I want it for. But it's also like the stamp is so fucking cool.
I think Berg is a terrible choice. But
That's because you're trash and you can't read a
You've-
clock.
You've
You're a
always
garbage
hated Berg.
human. Yeah, you're always like, I tried to Berg for a little bit and it made me it made my scores better, but it made me a worse player. I'm like, what does that even mean? What does
I'm
that
bagging
mean?
the Berg X if that's any consolation.
Huh?
I said I'm bagging the Berg X if that's any consolation.
Can you send me one? I'm too scared to throw
Have a good
one.
night, Brandon. Have a good night. Good to see you. in
What
the
kind
chat,
of
man.
Berg?
Appreciate it.
K
All right, Brandon, it's good to see you.
Soft. Softies.
Yeah.
No,
What kind of Berg? Glow. I like the glows.
no, Berg X. Berg X is where it's
Remember,
at.
was it me and you, Paige, that had the?
Yeah,
was
with
it
the Berg
Glow
throw
Berg?
off, and I beat you.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, you're the one. You're the one running the rangefinder on me as my competition is bullshit. First one. But
Who
see, 'cause,
uses
like,
a rangefinder?
well, we're having a throw-off competition with some of the people from the lounge at Dexter State Park, and it came down. So, and Paige and I, like Paige throws, of course, sells it down there. I throw, of course, sell it down there, and we already got Paige's his distance, and so we go down to where my disc is, and Paige is like, volunteer to be the person doing the rangefinder for me, and it's like, oh, it's exactly what I got. I guess we're gonna have to rethrow. And so then we rethrew, and I didn't get as far as he did that time, but I called bullshit.
How far did you get it?
I can't remember.
I can't
It's
remember.
not
It's like
that
probably
far.
like 400, 420.
No, no, it was
This is
pretty
what
far
happens.
for a Berg, but we were
Yeah.
like thrown into it. I tried a 360 my second shot, and it
I
didn't
did.
work out.
I did
Wait,
end up
why
winning.
do you like the Berg X over the Berg? Do
But
they
what
feel similar in the hand or no?
No, they're almost identical. I think the Berg X is a little bit maybe shallower, but like a little bit sharper, but it's pretty much the same. Like you know how it gets pretty rounded. The Berg X is kind of what I'm needing. It's overstable. It's actually overstable. You can push it out and trust the fade. And so like I'm bagging an Armadillo for the straight shots, and then a Berg X for that finish, and then my Praxis for my Praxis for my kind of everything else, my driving putter as well as my like longer approach shots. But really it's like Berg X and Rhino were kind of that overlap, and I decided I got an Eagle with Berg X this weekend, so I kind of decided on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a Glow Dillo because I have both of them in the bag. If I need Straight shot, it's this. If I need with a little stability, it's Berg. So I wonder if the Berg, but I bag a zone. Would a Berg X and a zone kind of kick her out?
And that's took my zone out for that. So
Yeah,
I'm right now.
so
It's like it's Berg X to Ursus. So I'd rather power down on an Ursus than have a third disc in there. And so then it's just all of my Berg X shots are kind of those overstable zone approach shots, the Annies, the backhands. So all of those are kind of overlappy. And then the Armadillo is actually the disc I've gotten the most compliments on as of the last like 2 to 3, last month. I got the Founders Edition plastic, but it's just like Hydra flip to drift, like this perfectly. Then it gets to like 260 and then just drops out of the air. And I'm just like,
you
okay,
forehand yours?
No.
I forehand mine quite often.
The forehand
Like,
Annie I've tried, but I'd rather do the Berg X. Like casually, I love it, but the moment you get the tournament pressure on, then you over torque it, over pull it, then the Armadillo just gets me in trouble.
See, I can, if I need like a tunnel shot that's pretty short, I'll be like, no, I'll just forehand this Dilla right through, and it just dies.
I mean, I will say, out of all the Lone Star, the Armadillo has surprised me the most, and the fact that unironically has made the bag. It's a good disc.
Me and my buddies that play like League kind of have a joke though, because there was one. It's hole 18, only like 200 feet, but it's on an old dirt bike path. So like it's not very. I'm saying like 8 feet at the widest. And one time I just stood on the tee pad, just flicked it right up to the thing, and we get up there, and some guy comes out of the woods. He's like, "Hey, you throw Lone Star?" I'm on Team Lone Star, like hat and everything. And I was like, "Yeah, it's a Dilla." He's like, "They're a great disc," and just walked away. So we call him the Lone Star Sasquatch. Like anytime I throw this,
that's
disc,
how I picture like Lone Star team members. It's like the one like I remember. There's a Lone Star guy that come down from Washington. He's missing like a bunch of teeth. He's freaking like chain smoking. Tobacco. I was like, this is Lone Star. This makes sense.
But just like came out of nowhere, like, hey, that's a Lone Star disc. You like Lone Star? Yeah, it's good stuff. I'm on the team. I'm sponsored. And then just wanders back into the woods, and we're like, what just happened here? So anytime we're getting out, be like Lone Star.
But I can't. I mean, speaking of Lone Star, they just signed a big name, Carter Aarons.
Is he from? He was from Dynamic, right?
He's Washington. Yeah, he left Dynamic.
He can mash.
He asked to be released early, and then signed, which at 15 years old is probably a huge contract.
Yeah,
with Lone Star.
$27 and a pack of menthols.
I'm guessing between the 50 and 75,000 range is my guess.
Well, that's more than I make as a teacher, so that's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's my guess. And I mean, to be honest, with his breakthrough being at what was it, the BSF, or was it Portland Open, or both?
Portland. I think it's well, he did really well at Portland.
Yeah, so I think with his breakthrough being there and 15 years old, he might have been able to push up to like the triple digits, which would be cool. I know at 15, 16 years old, I mean, that's kind of huge.
It's a lot of airheads.
Yeah. And
do kids still eat airheads?
Oh, absolutely.
I still eat airheads.
All I see kids eating is Takis. Just Takis.
Just destroying their bowels.
Yeah.
Yeah, their insides are just coated in Taki dust.
I found that stamp. I'll show you. Yeah, the Heisenberg, bro. But I got it on the glow from rareairdisc.com.
Why will they not make a glow soft? Why?
Because soft is horrible, man.
No, dude.
I just want to wait for like the compliment to that, where you get like Jesse's picture. It's like he can't keep getting away with this as you just keep parking like the Bergs.
Hey, Prime drinks. Kids should not drink. If any listeners on here, kids should not be drinking Prime. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, come fight me.
Well, it's been outlawed in other. It's been outlawed in other countries for children. They won't sell it to kids. Something to do with the amount of caffeine and something else. Don't let your kids drink.
Oh, here's a good one. Here's a good one. You know, talking about deals and contracts and such. How about the Prodigy deal with NHL?
Yeah, what is that? I saw that today. They're selling like
the worst partnership out there.
Yeah, like that's cool. That I think it's awesome when a company outside of disc golf gets involved with disc golf, like NHL. But why Prodigy? Like, why?
Well, why Prodigy? But also, like, what is that? Like, it might help the NHL because there is probably a lot of hockey fans in disc golf. But how does this help disc golf? Like, what hockey fans like? You know what? You know what I like to do when it's not ice and snow outside and I'm not playing hockey? I like to go fucking play disc golf. Like,
now is the
have you met
Prodigy disc?
I met
Is the
Lurch.
Well, let's not talk about Lurch. It's going to get us all in trouble.
Yeah, let's talk about let's talk about Lurch.
No,
Let's
but
talk
wait,
about how amazing that guy is.
Shh. Are the just
Prodigy
somehow
needed the contract.
Paige gets in here and it's just yelling. It's just yelling over each other.
I'm listening to you. What are you talking about?
But are the discs that Prodigy made that look like the hockey pucks? Do they have like a special like hockey puck blend, or is it just a stamp?
I think it's just a stamp. I think it's
No,
just like
that's
black
stupid.
disc with gold stamps. That's what I've seen.
Because like
think they'll help
Gateway
Prodigy. I think
could
they'll-
have made a hockey puck disc, I bet. Because with Gateway has like 8,000 plastics.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is gonna help Prodigy a lot though,
Yeah.
because you are gonna get the casual fans that want, because it's gonna make a good wall piece. You just buy it and then it's on your wall. It's 8 inches. It doesn't take up much room.
So
It's
true
gonna help
story,
Prodigy.
Many hockey players play disc golf in the offseason.
That sounds like a Canadian comment. Is that Alicia
Yeah.
Holmes? Is that Jerry or is that Lurch? One of y'all come out and show yourself. I like how it says, I can't wait for a company to make a deal with MLB. I would love that. Love that.
But see how you love MLB and you love baseball and you would love that. There's so many people that love hockey that also love disc golf.
Yeah, but this is where like
baseball.
MLB is probably
love
more
disc golf.
popular than hockey.
But also, like, is
To
your
you.
love for NHL above your hate for Prodigy? And that's where I get really curious about this.
I don't hate Prodigy. I don't bag any of their stuff. I don't really care for their disc, but I don't like go to sleep every night like Prodigy. I hate no, I don't have a hatred for Prodigy. They make plastic.
All right,
Who
get your
cares?
thesaurus out and choose a different word for hate. You're
I don't
not partial to
despise.
Prodigy.
I don't
Does your
despise.
like for NHL outweigh your
MLB
indifference
is
for
mainly
Prodigy?
Canadian. What is happening here? They have one team, the Toronto Blue Jays. No, Canada is
they're
America's
the best
hat.
team. in
No,
North
they had the
America.
Expos and the Expos left.
Ooh, someone's getting mad.
I don't get that Canadian nonsense up in here. I went to Canada and watched a baseball game, and they were very nice.
Oh, yeah, MLB is mainly American, not Canadian.
Exactly.
I
Well, it's
fucked up,
actually like
buddy.
probably now it's more Puerto Rican than anything. It's more like Latin America. This is what I need more disc. Seinfeld.
Seinfeld disc.
I found this disc and it has not left my bag since. They also make an escape, a trespass, and something else, and I need to find them. Did
But
you
I
have
will
poutine?
say-
Of course I had poutine. What do you think? I'm an idiot?
With this Prodigy NHL kind of merger, if it is a success, though, I would be curious to see if MLB is trying to hop in there, other franchises, because it could just be a quick money grab for some of these things.
Yeah.
Easy advertisement, low hanging fruit. Pay $85, get whatever mini discs made up.
Froth.
Like, because then you can start to see that, right? Like you look at Magic the Gathering, and they had their Lord of the Rings set, and then they have like their whole like Star Wars set coming out. They have like a lot of now monetized franchises coming through their sets of like card games. I can see something like that happening in disc golf. where it's like-
Crossovers always make a lot of. And think of any like you just said Magic, you just said Star Wars. Anytime you cross over, you are now trying to grab two fan bases instead of you just expanded your market. No matter what it is, you could have done. Prodigy could have sold something for like with dogs on it. They could have done anything, and you're automatically getting more people from another, maybe even the niche market. Because Magic, would you say Magic would be niche? Like if they made a Magic the Gathering disc golf set, would you buy it, Paige?
I would buy it in a heartbeat. Every single
Exactly,
one of them.
because you would have some Cody. Why? Well, I heard your mechanical keyboard because it's loud.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I'm just answering your question. I'm just answering your question while you were talking.
good, because Josh and I were having a great conversation until you had to go to the airport.
That's not where I was.
God, that'd be so badass if they had some Magic the Gathering disc, though. Because there's so many possibilities what they could put on it.
Well, that's like because you already have an established art. I
Yeah.
think right now Magic's running into the issue because they reprinted some of their old like legacy cards where the artists aren't getting the money from their like original art, and so or even like credit. So there's this kind of weird little battle right now. But I don't know. I think even like allowing like Manny for example, like I know he comes from like a video game background, allowing him to be a little bit more creative and having some like Manny series discs would be cool to see, like even some of that level of like collaboration.
Yeah.
Let
Yeah.
alone like obviously like other founded fantasy elements. But I'm just saying, like I said, like this is another, like we always say it with Barbasol, we've said it with what was the Lululemon or whatever that did Worlds. I don't know who they are, but
Lululemon
Oh,
did
who did Worlds?
LL Bean.
LL Bean.
LL Bean and Lululemon are way different.
But like
Lululemon's like women's leggings. LL Bean is outdoor sports.
God, they're so expensive.
Anyways, ESPN, like we're getting these different like entities, and they're turning their like eyes to the sport. So if it is profitable, I'm sure like some of these other like things are going to come down the pipeline and like pay off. I'm kind of curious because right now we also have the House of Discs gobbling up all of the freaking companies they can. And it's almost
Trilogy is now not quadrilogy because there's now 5.
There's 5. Sextilogy?
That would be 6.
Yeah, because they have the video game like aspect of it. They have 5 manufacturers in house on top of the video game company, and then also another thing.
Wow, look at them go!
Castaplast makes some good plastic. Dynamic,
they did.
like their plastic. You like the Berg X? Calm down.
Is Berg was Casta bought by someone?
Yeah, they bought by. So now Dynamic owns Discmania and Trilogy Plastic.
Yeah,
but it's one of those like they invested in and they're part of the conglomerate, but Castaplast and Discmania are still able to operate under their own little umbrella entity. They just got a little cash
infusion. Be the same thing. Their factories are side by side. Look at if you have a Supreme Plastic Escape, Trespass, Judge, or Truth, look at a Cloudbreaker. Look at the back of them. Exact same.
Yeah. You know where it says Cloudbreaker? It's on a Fugitive. I've seen it. They're exact same.
I'm talking about the plastic, you fool.
Like Orbit's identical. That's what you could have said. Supreme Plastic.
No, I'm talking about the first thing I noticed was when the Creator Series Cloudbreakers came out.
What? Sorry, there was a comment. They wanted me to say Castaplast. Castaplast. We all know Paige doesn't say things correctly on this channel.
or ever. Off the channel, he speaks perfect. But
we got
on
Saskatchewan,
the channel,
Canada.
Yeah, but the first time I really noticed it was on the back of the Creator Series Cloudbreaker. It looks like the radioactive symbol. Symbol. It's like and then on the back of a Supreme Escape, I was like, wait a second. Exact same thing.
Oh, we're not saying you're wrong. We're just saying the way in which you phrased it wasn't.
What do you want me to phrase it as, Paige?
We're not saying you're wrong.
Like what you just said. Like what you just said would be a correct way to phrase it.
Because every time I try and speak, you speak over me.
No.
Fight.
You just said look at the back, they're the same. That to me
there's many different things on the back page. There's weight,
which is why you should specify. That's just my point.
Josh, kick him out.
Which is what you did.
Go back to the airport and get your electrician to turn your power off.
Yeah,
blunt, the glow's never been the same.
Yeah, the glow's never been the same. That's a good comparison because like Castaplast had good glow to it. They were kind of like up there with MVP originally, and then Trilogy, not very known for their glow, kind of has bad glow plastic.
Not their harp. Their Ricky harp is
that was when crazy. They kind of started to change. That's because they got that Castaplast, secret.
I'm saying, are you saying Castaplast has gotten worse or Dynamic has gotten better?
Both. That one.
So they're like meeting in the middle. They're like, we can get a little better, but you can get.
Yeah, dial back the lumens. We'll up our lumens. We'll be the same. One slightly worse, one slightly better.
Was that last Halloween? Discmania did a release. It
was like P2s.
It was glow P2s, and it was a really cool stamp. But then the glow came, and there was like no glow to it. It was like had little speckles, and it would like fade really fast. But it was still sold as a glow P2. I think if you mess
technically
up,
it did glow.
I mean, I guess so.
I am curious though, like with Discmania's signing of House of Cards or discs, are they going to lose Yukon? Because like Yukon was making the active line. Yukon's getting new plastic too, which could bolster that relationship. But
They have like an Orbit plastic now. I saw, right?
it's like the glazed plastic. It's not Halo-ish. It's pretty
I
comfortable.
saw a guy throwing. It looked like Lucid Ice Orbit. It looked
Oh.
like it. Let me see if I can find it. You can. Yeah, because I saw a guy showing it. It was like, what's the Yukon? It looks like a guy running. It's like their
That's their
distance
Halo
driver.
plastic.
That's their overmold technology.
I know. Shh.
Oh, not their overmold.
Which, like,
Gosh.
Clash Diskin in the overmold game. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, dude. It feels so weird though the way they did it,
Yeah.
because it's
And-
like where the overmold's happening, it goes back and forth. Like it's like overmold, disc, overmold, and it's like put in there.
I have
Double
one of their
overmold.
overmolds, but I don't know which one it is. Yes, they do have one now when Orbit Plastic, the Hoy, and the plastic is the glaze, but their glaze looks like Halo.
It doesn't look like Halo though. I have the
Look-
glaze. It looks like a shimmer plastic, like almost like
But-
Legacy, like little like shimmery plastic.
Look at it.
Pull it
It's
up.
got a.
All right, what am I looking
How
at?
do I share? How do I share this? Look up Yukon
You go like this.
glaze on Infinite. Like it's got a blue halo and an orange center.
All right, I can find
That
this.
was just your phone that wasn't turned on. It was literally a blank phone.
I know. I'm saying you do this with your phone. That's how you
true.
show us.
I mean,
that's
we
true.
do. We've advanced in technology.
Well, our IT person hasn't advanced. He's actually gotten worse with time.
You know what's bullshit is you think things can just happen instantly.
I
God.
do.
No, you know what? Goddamn
You know,
millennial,
I
man.
expect a lot from you because you've given me a lot.
This.
Yeah, but look at this one. That is definitely looks like Orbit. It's got a different color around it.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So,
Oh.
Well, like
the
I
guy
picked
was
up a
throwing one-
glaze and it didn't look like that.
He had the guy that was throwing it had like a yellow center and a white rim, cloudy rim. It looks just like the
Well, this one's like a pink with a dark pink rim.
yeah. What's Orbit Ice? I think it looked like Orbit Ice, which
Yeah.
is Trilogy plastic.
No, I was gonna say this looks like more like their like Orbit.
Yeah, I mean, look at that yellow middle, white rim.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
kind of like their like Discmania Orbit.
Yeah, I would
Anyways.
say yeah.
Anyways, I'm just saying, like, I'm kind of curious to see what that partnership's going to be if Yukin's going to get absorbed into the House of
Yukin!
Discs. I just want to see some, like, what was that basketball, like, when they was, like, trying to do, like, the Game of Thrones, but making fun of the league and what was going on? I kind of want to see something like that go on with freaking disc golf.
I know.
With what?
One sec.
Did you see they started a professional baseball league in the Middle East? And Bartolo Colon, if you were old enough, Bartolo Colon got picked like 15th overall. The dude's 50. He got drafted like 16th or something. The Hulu? Huh, Lou?
Huh?
I don't know.
Huh? Woo!
Oh my gosh. We're going to get canceled.
Oh, that's
How
fine.
dare you?
Clip that. Clip Cody trying to say the name. We'll blast that. We'll hashtag Yuka on discs. And then
Wait,
Jackie
what
Chan throw that in there.
Dang you, Facebook user. I'm broken. I'm a shattered man.
I'm shattered, man.
Huh?
Night Strikes. Hey, Night Strike Glow was pretty weak. All right. See that? Someone commented Night Strike Glow was not that great. The plastic felt good, but it wasn't that good.
Yeah, the plastic was comfortable, but I don't think anyone got the glow for the glow. I think it was just like old Discmania innovative plastic was like some of the best just when it came to the glow, feel wise, throw wise, beat wise, but not glow wise at all.
Yeah, feel wise for sure.
But it was still better than
Discraft.
Discraft. Discraft Glow is hot garbage.
Well, their
It
ESP glow is garbage. They're gotten better though, but they're still hot trash.
I would hope they got better, but seriously,
Not the-
it's garbage.
This is not like
Not the first guy broke. Who is this? What is happening?
You know, sometimes you just gotta take it.
Okay,
buddy.
so here's a question. Why not just ask the question? It's a
Yeah.
chat. Just ask the question. You don't have to tell us you're asking a question. Just ask a question. Put
This is
a question mark at the
suspenseful.
end. I know. And we
Suspenseful.
only got like 4 minutes left.
Allegedly,
I
We're
mean,
not
so
all
here's
on
a
Paige
question,
time.
but there's no question.
right?
Oh, I
Suspense.
threw it as a regular disc. When I bagged the Night Strikes 1 through 3, it was 100% a regular bag disc, and it was never for the glow rounds. That's an easy one.
I never bagged one because they cost more than $20. So, nah.
Okay.
I think they were all hype. All hype.
All hype.
You don't bag one anymore, do you?
What?
Night Strike.
No,
There it is.
I
There's the
bet
question.
James Proctor Vodum
Exactly.
a Night Strike 1 replacement.
All hype. A Night Strike 1, $200.
I wouldn't say it's all hype. It took me from Night Strike 1 released to the James Proctor Vodum to actually
you were
find a
on and-
replacement for that.
You were on and off. You would sometimes throw, because I remember you would get rid of a bunch and then you'd buy a bunch. Is it not true?
Yeah, because nothing flew like it. So I would try to back away from it, and nothing would do it, and I would come back, and then I would try it again, and then nothing. I still got like 10 Night Strikes back there.
I will say that there's no other Vodum out there that flies like the James Proctor Vodum.
No, the James Proctor
It's just
Vodums fly like
it's
a
just
Night Strike
different.
1.
It's just
Dude,
different.
This thing
That is the best. Their best.
This is
the best
beef.
Vodum for me.
I put this in the bag. For one thing, the stamp is just awesome, but it's flat. It flies like a baby felon. This thing is overstable as heck.
So Sexton Firebird, same question. Definitely throw it as a regular disc and not as a glow disc. Sexton Firebirds, depending on what year you're going, they go from super flippy and straight to super beefy. Like with this new run, it's a little bit beefy. You bag them as pure throwers. They're great discs.
Yeah,
So,
they're all
18.
hype.
It's my favorite year of it. It's 18.
Yeah.
I love that one.
I like the 17s
that was the one
a lot.
Yeah, I've thrown one, but
I like this. I like
too
straighter FD3s, straighter Firebirds.
Yeah.
Because my forehands, noodle arm, and then backhands. Felons are garbage. Felons are trash.
No, it's
Felons
not.
are the most overrated disc and unnecessary disc out there.
Has anyone ever seen Cody throw a disc? I don't believe he actually disc golfs.
Oh, I've seen it. He has terrible form. Like, I don't even know. Just he has like all the long limbs you want. Like everyone dreams of like having these long levers, and Cody doesn't have. He can't walk and chew bubblegum, so he's like discoordinated with his limbs.
And that was
And
like
yet I teach kids how to balance every day. Teach them how to do things. And felons are not trash. Felons, look at this. That's board flat, baby.
Oh, we're judging goodness of discs based off their flatness. That's
for
sold
that.
No, Cody, you convinced me. Where's the flat? Oh, look, Praxis is flat. It's good. Oh, look.
Oh my god.
Domi Destroyers, Domi. It's garbage. What's next? Domi Cloudbreaker, lightweight, garbage.
Josh, what happened to our civil conversation that you and I were having?
You know, it all.
Gosh.
Look at all these damn Domi discs. That's kind of flat, but that's trash.
You know that he doesn't have stability in that brain right now.
I know, and his microphone is your microphone is so bad.
Is it really?
Yes.
Now what's going on?
It just sounds like you're talking through a cheesecloth.
Oh, I don't know.
I wonder.
But Buzz, we're going to the chat. Buzz, do we find Buzz is the only disc craft that has somewhat decent glow? Also, by Cody's standard, buzzes are flat. Buzzes are flat, so they're good. So good glow, good disc. Cody confirmed. Cody
all
approved.
right, we're getting to that hour. It's time to do our final thoughts. Paige, you can go first. Just get it out of the way.
All right, guys. I am definitely sorry Josh didn't send me the link in time so I can get here and chat with you all a little bit longer. But I was really happy to hop on here.
You're an adult.
Yeah, he's our hey, it's my closing thoughts, guys. We are going to work, like I said last week, to get some guests on this season. We had a couple of people reach out from last time, so we're definitely going to reach out to them and get them scheduled. But this is a good solicit. If you know anybody that you want to see on here, let's reach out to us and we can reach out to them. If you want to be here, please let us know. Like, subscribe, follow, hit up CH Sports. Check us out on Spotify. Our Facebook page is where we're going landing. We didn't do our 52 weeks of giveaways, but we still want to continue to give away discs. And to be honest, just chat with our fandom on a regular basis. We're all pretty active on Facebook, so holler at your boy, I guess is what I'm saying. Other than that, that's my closing thoughts. Keep jamming it in the rough, but Cody and Josh has it. I never go first. It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. You did great.
How does it feel?
Woo. Did great.
Oh, it's fine. I don't mind. I mean, are we going to come back? Am I going to be the one that goes to the closing credits and thank our sponsor, or do you guys got that covered
Josh
too?
is going to kick you out.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh my God.
Keep jamming it, guys.
Just blanks out.
You're supposed to cut me out.
He shows up. He had to get all of his hate that normally he has an hour to spew. He had to get it out in half an hour. So he came in hot too.
I don't know.
Josh, what do you got?
For my closing thought. Yeah. So 52 weeks of giveaways. We never just said consecutive 52
That's
weeks.
true.
So we still I got the count. We got the count here. We're gonna keep going with it. I'm just fucking stoked to be back. It was nice to have a little bit of a break. Spend some time with some family on Thursdays. A lot happens on Thursdays, surprisingly, that like you got to kind of put in the back to get things prepped for this, get this going. But with that said, now that disc golf's over, like now we just got this show every Thursday. This is what we got. What's so funny, buddy?
Just Paige coming in so hot.
Second run FDs are confirmed
Just
good.
throwing disc.
Second run
Discs
FDs
go
are flat, guys.
I'm gonna
This is
concede
good.
for my final thought because I can't.
We back is what Josh is saying.
We back, motherfucker.
Every Thursday. 6-ish.
6-ish. Always
PST.
6-ish. 6-ish. PST.
Cody.
All right, Cody,
closing thoughts?
let's hear
Come
it.
on. You're the one on the timetable here. Been waiting for you all night.
It was nice having a civil conversation with my co-host for the time it lasted. Paige, you should see someone about your just destructive habits and your hatred of just me, I guess. I don't know why. But we do have fun on here. See, that's what people don't understand is we do have a blast on here, just talking disc with you guys. So like Paige and Josh say, you can always reach out to us if you want to be on here. If you know someone you want to see on here, just tell us because we're probably talk just like this with them. We're not going to change anything about it. Paige will still yell.
He'll still be an asshole. Like,
yeah, that
doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah, whether
you
you're
say
a touring
something-
pro or an MA5
matter.
player like yourself, he will still belittle you. Daisy James, I don't know who that is. In the chat?
Daisy James. The Daisy James.
Yeah.
The
Say it
Daisy,
correctly.
We're going to get
Say
Daisy
it
on
correctly.
here, and you'll get to
Is
know
she Canadian? I feel like she's probably Canadian.
No.
No, she's Washington.
Washingtonian.
I don't know that because I live on East Coast.
Oh, because you guys don't have a Washington on the East Coast?
We do have Washington, D.C.
Exactly, which is a Washington, so you know Washington people.
This is the dumbest argument, Paige.
This is what I'm talking about. You can't talk sense into this. Like, no matter what I say, he's like, yeah, you don't have a Washington, D.C.? She's a Washingtonian. Like, I'd like to think most people could distinguish between Washington, D.C., our nation's capital, and Washington, the state. But Paige
That's
cannot,
not what
or
you're
he
saying. You were
chooses not to.
differentiating. You didn't know what Washingtonians were.
But I applaud you, Paige, for finding some way to talk shit from like different parts of the country. But you're still able to do it. You connected to Washington.
Impressive.
It was impressive. You give respect where respect's due.
Just because I like Cody's hat so much.
Just roll the credits. Just
No,
end
we
it.
still got our
Just-
okay.
I'm
Listen,
saying,
we still got our sponsor.
get your sponsor out there, and then just
Paige
can jam
Paige,
it.
let us know about this fine sponsor we have here.
I thought you were doing it.
I'm
Rare
sorry.
Air
This back.
Disc.
Rare Air
All right,
Disc.
guys. We
No,
got.
I'll do it. No, you're
Yeah,
done.
shut
You're
up,
done.
Paige.
What is up, everybody? This
No,
week's sponsor is
Josh,
Rare Air
mute him.
Discs.
Mute
Alex
him.
B has been a
can't.
guest on our show and a big supporter of Jammers in the Rough. He gives out 10% for all Jammers listeners to his website. If you use code JAMMERS, JAMMERS, you'll get 10% off at rareairdiscs.com. Go
You
check
had
him
to know
out.
Jammers? What did you think? Like, it's I'm not even okay.
We out.
we keep jamming in
Keep
the rough.
jamming it, guys.